Milo was a small gray mouse who loved to draw. Every day, he would sit in his cozy little home inside a big oak tree, sketching whatever came to his mind. His favorite things to draw were food, balloons, and boats. But there was one problem: his pencil had become so short that he could barely hold it. "I wish I had a new pencil," Milo sighed, looking at his tiny piece of graphite. He tried to make it work, but the lines were faint, and his hand cramped as he held the tiny stub. Still, he refused to stop drawing. He looked around his little home, searching for anything that might help. Maybe he could find a piece of charcoal, maybe a soft twig, but nothing seemed quite right. With a determined heart, he decided to leave his house and explore. "Maybe I'll find something useful outside," he thought. The sun was shining, and the air smelled fresh after the morning rain. As he walked, he kept his eyes open, hoping for a small miracle. Little did he know, his wish was about to come true in the most unexpected way. Milo wandered through the forest, his tiny paws crunching over fallen leaves. He searched near tree roots, under rocks, and inside hollow logs, but he found nothing that could replace his broken pencil. Just as he was about to give up, something caught his eye. Lying in the grass was a paintbrush, its handle smooth and polished, its bristles clean and soft. It looked brand new, as if someone had placed it there just for him. Curious, Milo picked it up. The moment his tiny fingers wrapped around the handle, a soft golden light shimmered around it. A warm voice whispered in the air, "This is a magic paintbrush. Everything you draw will come to life." Milo's eyes widened. "Come to life?" he repeated in disbelief. There was only one way to find out. He dipped the brush into a small puddle nearby, creating a thin line of water on the ground. Then, with careful strokes, he painted a tiny piece of cheese. The moment he finished, the drawing glowed. Suddenly, a real piece of cheese appeared right in front of him. Milo gasped. "It works." His mind raced with possibilities. What else could he bring to life? Excited, he painted a bright red apple. In an instant, the fruit appeared, fresh and ripe. Next, he painted a blue balloon, and it floated gently into the air. "This is amazing," he whispered, watching his creations take shape. Then an idea struck him. What if he painted something even bigger? He carefully dipped his brush again, this time planning something grand. But before he could finish, an unexpected shadow moved behind him. Milo's heart raced as he turned around. A large shadow stretched over the ground, and when he looked up, he saw two glowing green eyes staring at him. A sleek black cat stood a few feet away, its tail swaying slowly. "That looks delicious," the cat purred, its gaze locked onto the big piece of cheese Milo had just painted. Milo swallowed hard. "It's mine," he said, stepping protectively in front of the cheese. The cat tilted its head. "You're just a little mouse. Do you really think you can keep all that for yourself?" It took a step closer, its whiskers twitching. Milo gripped the paintbrush tightly. His mind raced. He had to think fast. Could he use the paintbrush to escape? "Maybe I can share," Milo said cautiously, inching backward. He needed a distraction. Quickly, he dipped the brush into the puddle and painted another piece of cheese a few feet away. The cat's ears perked up. "More cheese?" It licked its lips and moved toward the second piece, sniffing it. Milo took the chance and ran. His tiny paws barely touched the ground as he dashed away, but he knew he wouldn't get far. The cat was faster, stronger, and had much longer legs. "Where do you think you're going?" The cat called out, quickly realizing the trick. Milo didn't answer. He had no time to waste. He needed another plan fast. His grip tightened around the brush. If the cat was quicker than him, he would have to be smarter. With his heart pounding, he raised the brush again, ready to paint his way out of danger. Milo didn't have time to think. The cat crouched, ready to pounce. His only chance was to use the paintbrush again. With a quick stroke, he painted a trampoline on the ground just in front of him. As soon as he finished, it materialized. Without hesitation, Milo jumped. The trampoline sent him soaring into the air, just as the cat lunged. The cat skidded to a stop, looking up in surprise as Milo flipped through the air. "What?" it hissed. Milo landed on a high branch, but he knew he wasn't safe yet. The cat could climb. Thinking fast, he painted a tunnel on the ground beneath him. The moment it appeared, he shouted, "Catch me if you can," and leaped down. The cat, determined not to lose its meal, sprang after him. But as soon as it reached the tunnel, it yowled in surprise and tumbled inside. Milo had painted the tunnel with a twist. It curved sharply, sending the cat sliding out the other end, far away from him. Milo grinned, but he knew it wasn't over. The cat scrambled back to its feet, now angrier than ever. "You're clever," the cat growled, "but you won't escape me forever." Milo didn't wait to find out what would happen next. He dipped his brush again and painted his final trick, a large dog, standing tall and ready. The moment the dog appeared, it let out a deep bark. The cat's ears flattened, and without hesitation, it turned and ran. Milo sighed in relief. He had won for now, but he also realized something. The paintbrush wasn't just for fun. It was powerful, and maybe, just maybe, he could use it for something even better. Milo sat down, catching his breath as he watched the cat disappear into the distance. His heart was still pounding, but he felt something new: excitement. The magic paintbrush had saved him, but what else could it do? He looked at the brush in his paw, thinking. Until now, he had only used it for himself to create food, toys, and a way to escape. But maybe it could be used for more than that. Just then, he heard a quiet sniffle nearby. Curious, he followed the sound and found a small brown mouse sitting on a rock, looking sad. "What's wrong?" Milo asked. The little mouse wiped his eyes. "I don't have a home," he said. "The rain washed away my nest." Milo's ears perked up. He knew exactly how to help. He smiled and dipped his brush into a tiny puddle. With careful strokes, he painted a tiny wooden house, complete with a warm, round door and a chimney. As soon as he finished, the house shimmered and became real. The little mouse gasped. "For me?" Milo nodded. "Yes. You need a home, and I can make one." The mouse ran inside, his face lighting up with joy. Milo felt something he hadn't before. Creating food and escaping danger was fun, but using the brush to help others felt even better. As he walked back toward his tree, he noticed a small bluebird shivering under a leaf. Dark clouds were rolling in. Milo smiled, already knowing what to do. He dipped his brush once more and began to paint. Milo carefully painted a tiny umbrella above the bluebird. The moment he finished, the umbrella shimmered and became real, shielding the bird from the rain. The bluebird chirped in delight. "Thank you," it sang, fluffing its feathers. Milo smiled. "You're welcome." As he walked back to his tree, he realized something important. He had started his journey looking for a new pencil, just wanting to draw. But now, he had something much greater a way to help others. The magic paintbrush wasn't just for creating things he wanted. It was a tool to make the world a little better. Milo looked at the brush in his paw and grinned. "I think I'm just getting started." With a happy heart, he climbed into his cozy home, already thinking about what he could paint next. The adventure was only beginning. The end.